Hello, CryptSphynx. This is my video response to the questions you asked on my To the Atheist Community video. Your first question is, why does there need to be a cosmic consciousness? Well, I don't think there's a need for it. I think that there just is. I think that the reality we live in is a higher form of a dream. If you compare primitive man, cavemen's minds to the minds of man nowadays, I think that it's a similar comparison between our dream, the dreams we dream at night versus the dream that is reality. It's the dream that is reality is this, in my opinion, is this thing that is so far advanced from us that we're only theorizing things now about the possibilities of cosmic consciousness. Just as we theorize in astronomy about planets and suns and stuff that are billions of light years away, just as we don't have specific proof that what we believe to be true about these distant bodies of whatever they may be, we believe that they're suns, and we believe that through our understanding of how light waves work, that we can determine that this little shift in the colors of the sun indicate that a planet passes in front. We're only theorizing that. I believe it to be true, but I also believe that the entirety of our reality, of time and space and everything, is just a phenomenon of consciousness. That consciousness was the Big Bang. Consciousness, I don't know. Just like we don't know how the Big Bang occurred, I don't know how consciousness came into existence, but it did, or it always has. And it's this cyclical thing where that was the Big Bang. It was consciousness exploding into reality, and all of everything is a form of that dream, of that expression of consciousness. From my understandings of physics, as limited as they are, I've heard explanations about that a minuscule portion of an atom is actual mass. The majority of an atom is empty space. Well, when you start stacking like empty space on top of empty space, it really doesn't have substance. So if you stack like empty soda pop cans on top of each other until you have this huge amount of soda cans, it appears to be there, but it's really mostly empty space, and it can be crushed down into a very small amount of actual particles. I know I'm not making much sense, but it's in that I find that that's what consciousness is, because the fact that we see, feel, and touch and experience this existence, yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining that very well. It's just, these are the things I've come to believe through what I have understood the scientific explanations to say to me. In answer to the first question, I don't think there needs to be a cosmic consciousness. I think there just is. I think there's a purpose for it. Well, I don't know if there's a purpose for consciousness to exist. I don't understand how that came to pass. But if that is true, if consciousness is the subtle energy that binds everything together and makes everything solid in our perception of it, then what was I going to say? Then what would consciousness, if consciousness did exist that way, what would it do to entertain itself, for that matter? I mean, there would be no alternative but to create something to experience, and that's what everything is. That's what we are all here for, is to experience, to feel, and to touch, and to just experience reality. And that's what consciousness does for I would say entertainment, but not just entertainment. I mean, it has to have, well, it doesn't have to have a goal, but I think that nature has a goal. I think the goal is to grow and to develop and to evolve. And I think that's what consciousness's intention is to do that. And all of these little aspects of consciousness that are us are growing and evolving to a point where we join cosmic consciousness, and once it's all evolved, maybe evolution never ceases. Well, I'm sure a scientific point of view would be that evolution never does cease. But I would see that in some of the spiritual traditions, they talk about enlightenment, and I do see that as the end result of what consciousness is striving for, is to come to that ultimate end, enlightenment, which could be trillions of years down the road, because all of the expressions of consciousness, not just here on our world, but on all of the worlds that must exist, come to some form of enlightenment. And then once consciousness has received complete enlightenment through all the beings of the universe, then maybe that Big Bang Theory reverses or something and starts anew. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think there needs to be. I just think there is, and that's fundamentally what nature is consciousness. Your next question is, can you demonstrate or explain or to give a reasoned argument for the existence of karma? No, I can't give a reasoned, clear argument for any of my beliefs. I can only tell you how I feel, and I know that really bothers the scientific paradigm, because feelings don't have a real place in science. But I think that we just haven't discovered yet that feelings don't have do have a place in science. I think feelings are this subtle energy that I mentioned before, and I think feelings and emotion and right emotion is the thing that helps us to tap into these subtle energies, and those are the things that I think we're getting closer to. I think we're beginning to understand that, and I don't know what those subtle energies are going to do for us, but I believe that there is tangible results that we will see and feel in this world with the ability to provide abundant power to continue to evolve. I think that we're going to find that science is going to need to connect. You know, that the old expression of the power of positive thinking. Well, I think that there's going to be we're going to come to a scientific understanding of the reality of that is something that can be harnessed eventually. So no, can't. About my reasoned argument for the existence of karma. No reasoned argument, but I feel that it's kind of like it just makes sense to me. It kind of goes without saying. It's that subtle energy. It's do right and you'll be good and you'll be happy. Do wrong and you won't be. We all have lessons to learn. That's what, like I said, that's what we are here to do, in my opinion, is to evolve and to grow. And karma is the teacher. Karma is the instructor. You eventually learn how to overcome the pain and suffering and sorrow in your life, because karma keeps teaching you that improper behavior, improper feelings create improper or bad circumstances. I mean, that's a very simplistic way of putting it. There are people, again, much wiser than I that can explain these things better. If you have a real interest, if I'm making any sense to you, by all means, I'd be happy to point you in the direction of some teachers that can teach these concepts better than me.